Hi everyone. Both of the clips that we're looking at today, I'm suspecting we're watching people who are driving or riding under the influence. I could be wrong, as this is only an assumption and I've got no proof. But in any case, I think it gives a good example of the dangers involved. In this clip, it's the cyclist that comes off the pavement now that we're watching. Although there is no legal limit in place to determine whether a cyclist is over the limit, it is still illegal to cycle under the influence. If a cyclist is caught riding drunk, the punishment could involve a fine. However, if they are drunk to such an extent that they are a danger to the public and themselves, they may be arrested and face further prosecution. Drink drivers, rightly so, face much sterner penalties, although any driving or riding under the influence ruins lives. But if you get caught driving or attempted to drive whilst above the legal limit or unfit through drink, you may get 6 months imprisonment, an unlimited fine, and a driving ban for at least a year. And this punishment is exactly the same if you refuse to provide a specimen of breath, blood or urine for analysis. However, if you cycle, a police officer may ask you to take a breathalyzer test if you're suspected of cycling under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Although they may ask you to take a test, you can refuse, and the police cannot use your refusal as evidence against you in court. Of course, it could be argued that if you are blameless, there's nothing to hide. In this case, it's usually in your best interest to submit to the breathalyzer. The damage that can be done when you're operating a motor vehicle compared to a cycle are night and day different, and that's why the penalties are much stiffer. If you see anyone operating a vehicle in this manner, just call the police straight away. They could very well be ill and not under the influence, but the consequences can be exactly the same. This cyclist looks less of a danger to other people. But if an innocent motorist knocked this guy down and killed them, they're going to have to suffer with that for the rest of time. I would advise if you ever see anyone using the road that could be under the influence, just call the police straight away. Don't forget, you could be saving this guy's life also. Thankfully, the road that this guy is riding on is quite quiet. My viewer keeps the distance and even stops with the cyclist when they talk to the pedestrian on the other side. But it's the busy junction up at the top that becomes a little bit of a worry. Wonder how he's going to get on. Someone's looking down on this guy today. The danger in this clip is starting to get to a totally different level. Their speed's erratic and they're all over the road. And eventually, some blue lights show up. But it's not what you probably expected. The driver of the Audi speeds off and then refuses to let the ambulance past. We then arrive at a traffic light junction. Are you shaking your head in disbelief, just like I was when I first saw this clip? Alcohol and drugs affects us all in many various different ways, and it's not conducive to operating any vehicle on the road. In my opinion, one's too many. Keep safe out there. I'll see you soon.